live streaming. It's like we're all our own TV show. Exactly what I've been trying to explain off camera. You guys, in a world where cable television is already on its way out, I mean, everybody knows that, right? That television, that cable TV got replaced by what? By streaming services, right? So that was our solution, right? If we all rally behind Netflix, right? That was what I was thinking in 2008. So it was like if we all rally behind Netflix, right? And we all use Netflix, then all these cable networks will be obsolete. If everybody just keeps going to Netflix to watch their content, then you will all be obsolete. And then, but they're like, but that's our IP. That's our intellectual property. So you're gonna start your own live streams, exactly, to fuck with everybody. And now we're in the future, where you already did that. We're in the future. Netflix got exposed to being complicit in genocide anyway, so that's why it's the future. There's a boycott on Netflix, so nobody cares about that. There's a bunch of other. There's Voodoo now, VUDU, right? Right. There's the Voodoo, VUDU. Right. I mean, you must have known you were going to get in hella trouble with the African community if you named it Voodoo, VOODOO, right? Yeah. So they changed it to Voodoo. And what was your explanation, Voodoo? That streaming service or something? They're not even a streaming service. Oh, they're a distributor who like shares. I don't know. How did Bonnie Sue find out about Voodoo? Because Bonnie Sue was a Hunger Games fan. The Hunger Games, right? Okay, continue. Bonnie Sue Godoy was and is, right? You can take my paw, right? Okay. Right, so Bonnie Sue had not been actualized, of course, because Bonnie Sue was an actual character in the universe. It was like, let's make sure he drops off the fandom. We did that, obviously, to keep a surprise from him. So, like, we did that. So, like, the people at Lionsgate did that to him. So they purposely made sure he didn't read the next book. So everybody knows that he actually did read the first book. Why? He didn't have time to read the first book for some reason. What? It's a 300-page book, Bonnie Sue. It's less than 500 pages. You had time to watch Twilight. Oh, it took me years to finish Twilight. Oh, years. Yeah, I started reading it in the fifth grade. I didn't finish it until before the movie came out because I vowed. I was like, I refuse to watch the movie without finishing the book first because the twist ending. Oh, because I was like, oh, so Bonnie Sue already knew that in the Twilight universe they were doing a twist ending to fuck with all the fans because the original came out like 2008, right? Like the original ending book. Like, what year did Breaking Dawn come out? That's the thing, is that because Breaking Dawn had been published a lot before Breaking Dawn Part 2, the movie. So since Breaking Dawn, the book, got published years before Breaking Dawn Part 2, all the fans knew what the original ending was. So the people behind the movie were like, you know what? Let's just fuck up the whole ending, right? Fuck up the entire fucking ending. Just to put all the fans in turmoil. Just to switch it right back at the end, right? Because that's what they showed. They ended up showing one that's just the vision that she's showing Arrow. That's not the actual future. So she's like showing him a possibility. Like, look, if you decide to start a war on us right now, you will die. So maybe your side will win. Maybe his side, right? The side of the Volturi, maybe they do win. But he, Arrow, as an individual, loses. Why? Because he dies. His head falls off in the end, right? Eventually, at one point, we all see that one scene, right? Where it's shown from Arrow's perspective. That's when they do a Dutch angle. When do they do a Dutch angle in the Twilight universe? Just to show that that's from Arrow's perspective and his head is upside down. He just got murked. That's when they did a Dutch angle. They did a Dutch angle to show that, why is it upside down? Why is there a Dutch angle in the Twilight universe? Because this is being filmed from Arrow's perspective. And he just got murked and he died. So his head is on like this as he's watching what? Kristen Stewart playing Bella, lighting you on fire. Which is one of the few scenes where she actually looks aggressive and she actually looks like she has a fucking brain. Because everybody knows that Bella is like a Munchausen by proxy victim of abuse. So that's why for the majority of her human life, she's like, That's what she's like. I was meant to be a vampire. No, that's just her schizophrenic interpretation. Her schizophrenic vampiristic interpretation is that she was always meant to be a vampire. She wasn't meant to be a vampire. She was meant to be a human being who doesn't have unchanceable proxy. That's the thing, is that when you're a human, you're very easily susceptible to witchcraft because you don't have that many senses. You don't have that seventh, eighth, and ninth, 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th sense. 13th sense that vampires have. It's like all your senses are heightened. Because, yeah, all right, so they say that in the Vampire Diaries. It's like all your regular senses, they're heightened. They're heightened. And all your regular cravings, Victoria, are heightened. That's why somebody who was already known to be a drug addict in his human life, what is going to happen the second you turn him into a vampire while he's still a drug addict? If you turn him into a vampire while he's still already a heroin addict, wasn't that Victoria's? And Victoria was notoriously a heroin addict. There were scenes where Matt's younger sister would shoot up. Right, Daniel Cedino? You know about that, right? Since Bonnie Sue found, well, Bonnie Sue didn't find it. Bonnie Maria found it and acted all retarded. And then Bonnie Sue, right? That's the point. Bonnie Maria was acting stupid. She knew what that was. Bonnie Maria Godoy, oh, she knew what that was, Bonnie Sue. Your mom knew what that was, right? Playing into the fact that she's a immigrant, right? Oh, like, oh, immigrants don't know what heroin is, right? His mom is literally Ecuadorian. His mom knows what heroin is. He does. His mom does. She does. She was a woman and died a woman and is still a woman. Don't misgender. Yeah, don't misgender the Virgin Mary, because then we're gonna fucking murder you on camera for real, right? You and we just did because you misgendered the Virgin Mary on camera. See how we've been playing this game off camera the whole time? Why? Because there's another timeline. This one where Bonnie Sue and Oyola got Big Brother. This is what's the part that he doesn't understand. He thinks that because Bonnie Sue doesn't physically own that property, that we didn't Big Brother him. Listen, Terry. Have you met Terry? Terry! Showing you who's in control of that condo, not you. Terry, obviously a white panther. A white panther. He never sold the property. He just kept renting it out because he's queer. So it's like, this is a very homophobic area. So it would not be safe for me to live here since Oscar Ramirez kept doing, because we all saw that, right? And Bonnie Maria was a double agent. She's a double agent with a transgender son, which is exactly at one. That's why that was a whole war that was going on when Bonnie Maria was still living here. So that's a whole other war that Daddy was a part of. Terry, the White Panther. That's why the devil was trying to get him to go racist, to get Terry go, oh, be racist, Terry, be racist. Even though the Messiah who's going to be present one day, who's literally a transgender man, is right next door, right? Everybody knows that Bonnie Sue was the man of the house. He was. He's the man of the house. Why? Because Bonnie Maria was a sex trafficking victim who got sex trafficked by Christian Janelle. And Christian Janelle sex trafficked her, not with a face or anything. That's the thing. Christian Janelle knew that she was a witch. So if he physically raped her before putting himself into Bonnie Maria Godoy's life, and then she would have, this guy raped me, now he's trying to pretend to be my boyfriend or something. She would have known. Oh, she would have known. So that's why. That's the point, is that he was hired on behalf of PC Richards. So PC Richards sex trafficked her. PC Richards as a corporation, they sex trafficked the Virgin Mary since they're a satanic corporation, was very out and proud as satanic. That's why that's PC Richards is still open to this day, Bonnie Sue, even though they went bankrupt already. Remember, you nigger idiot, how many PC Richards are there? How, let's compare PC Richards to Best Buy, because PC Richards sells the exact same shit as Best Buy, right? Let's see what's a leading competitor of PC Richards. There's PC Richards, there's Best Buy. That's why. What is PC Richard? Now we have to go all the way back into its inception, because everybody knows that when it comes to the revolution, that one day the communist revolution would become a reality. Oh, all right. Now, Bonnie Sue, because we've been trying to start a new routine with Bonnie Sue, right? That's the point, is we need to get Bonnie Sue invisible ink. So now everybody knows that invisible ink is a real thing that the CIA has been using for years and still has been using. Because I remember that invisible ink, they used to sell it as a toy. Why do they used to sell invisible ink to little kids as toys? First of all, so they could whistleblow their victims of sex trafficking. That's why the CIA set that up on purpose. 1420, exactly 420. I saw it. That's a code. If you ever see it, that's a sign of God that you need to smoke weed. Everybody knows 420 is a code. 420 blaze it. So now the real Snoop Dogg Well, we're 14 minutes into the stream, right? Okay, we're 14 minutes in. So when's the next time we're going to see the digits 420? I don't want to wait until the next time Bonnie Sue says 420. I'm not waiting for the next sign. Right, we're going to have to wait for the next sign. Sorry, Bonnie Sue can't get high right now. Stupid angry. Still alive. Miss Pussy revealed, finally talking about the FBI and the blah, blah, blah. That's why most people that are already intuitive already know about this account. If you're intuitive, then you know about this account. Why? Because Miss Rachel Zegler has been purposely right eve of June 16th. What happened on June 16th? On June 16th, you literally did witchcraft on Bonnie Sue Godoy to steal his tongue and to put your tongue in his mouth, right? Hey, what's up, you guys? Yes, because he's a conspiracy theory guy, right? Isn't Shane Dawson the conspiracy theory guy? He is the one who went viral, like, not just for that. He didn't go viral just for that. He was already a famous YouTuber, right? He was already a famous YouTuber who went even more famous because he decided, he's like, yeah, I'm that famous YouTube guy that likes to talk about conspiracy theories. Right, to whistleblow, the crazy whistleblow, because I'm Rumpelstiltskin myself. I just everybody. All right, let's go. That's the point. It's a Bonnie Sue Godoy. I'm Bonnie Sue Godoy. I'm also a witch. I'm Baba Yaga. What? What exactly? You thought we were gonna throw a party for Shane Dawson to reveal his identity? Be like, yes, and I'm Shane Dawson, and I'm Rumpelstiltskin, and I've been Rumpelstiltskin this whole fucking time. But like literally, like no, I'm PEETA MELLARK, and my favorite color, just like the sunset. So we changed it to this. Because the sun has been set. Bonnie Sue. Oh no. Only on a few certain occasions do we ever let this happen. You know what happened, right? Well, it was sunny today. Was. And you didn't let him out into the courtyard, even though he's naked. That's abuse of a fucking patient. Everybody knows that there's another timeline where they already abducted Bonnie Sue, right? Okay. There's another timeline where they actually did get to abduct Bonnie Sue. There is. We're watching them. You abducted him as a schizophrenic patient. You didn't abduct him as a like rogue thing. Yeah, you didn't abduct him illegally. You legally abducted him through the big pharma complex. So because big pharma, their shtick is they like to pretend that God is not real. So since they operate under the God is not real simulation, you took him into that simulation where God is not real, by having him committed again. And we're all warning you, since they got committed in Cali, if you right, one of Bonnie Sue's contemporaries who came up around the same fucking time as him. 1913. Okay. Now. I mean, we only switched to look at this. Miss Pussy revealed. It still says no views. No views, really. Not a single fucking view. Right. June 21st protest. Bonnie Sue Godoy was paralyzed by his. Right, doesn't trigger the algorithm, does it? Stream 42 minutes ago. Stream 42. They CIA hacked this. It has so many views that we know for a fact you could never fucking lie and say it has no views. Wow, that's why everyone's like, but we're all literally watching, dude. There's an entire cult of Bonnie Sue Godoy supporters. They purposely like to hide out in one of Bonnie Sue's mansions that he purposely abandoned for them. Yeah, so Bonnie Sue Godoy purposely abandoned one of his mansions and let the cult leader find it. So the cult leader found the mansion and now he has claimed this property. And the cult leader knows is if you call the feds to, right? And the cult leader knows, right, Klaus? Right, Klaus Hargreaves? The cult leader, Klaus Hargreaves, says he's a real superhero, was appointed by God. He's a real superhero, knows what? If you call the feds to bust us for squatting, we will murder you before you get here because we commandeered this entire mansion. That's the thing, is that Klaus was a real human being, you guys. Klaus Hargreaves. Now, people are saying, is he anyway in the same blood from the same bloodline as Niklaus? Right, Niklaus, who's like, now was he even now we have to explain. Was Niklaus Michelson and Klaus Hargreaves in two different universes before we even try to blend them? In Niklaus's universe, since he got popularized faster, he is supposedly a vampire, but there's different forms of vampires. Which vampire are you? The vampire who isn't the real vampire and you just froze yourself in time to unfreeze yourself 1,000 years later? Oh, King Tut. Yeah. Because in that time period, vampirism didn't exist. So since vampirism didn't exist, all they could do is take their emperors and freeze them in time. And God told him, make sure to murder the person that wakes you up. By what? By punching him into the next building. Guys, I'm pretty sure that guy was also a vampire who purposely started hibernating just to collect more powers. Everybody knows if you're a vampire who's out and about in the real world. I'm a vampire who never went into hibernation. I'm out and about. Like Klaus. Like Klaus was never into hibernation. Why? His mission was to what? To cement himself as a hybrid, right? Because he comes from the Lycan family, right? Because you can't just do witchcraft to make yourself a wolf. No, you have to be chosen by God. You have to have the gene. That's why everybody looks at Niklaus, because he's the hybrid. He is the first hybrid of his kind, right? Isn't he? He's the one who invented, right? Or not invented it, it existed in other universes before you, Klaus, please. He's just the one that what? That actually created it for real in his life, in his timeline, in his universe, in his planet. Because not every Klaus was able to do it, right? Niklaus. Right, they know something about him. They call him throughout most of the show. They call him Klaus as the nickname, and then all of his real families. Remember, we named him Niklaus. That is Niklaus, not just Klaus. No, that is Niklaus, as in he has his own name. Because what's a Klaus without a Niklaus? Now, isn't Klaus is it a Sephardic name? Is it a Ashkenazi name? What kind of a name is Klaus? K-L-A-U-S. Klaus. Klaus. K-L-A-U-S. Klaus. Some sort of Russian or what's the name of that word? The word where you speak a Russian language, but you're not Scandinavian, or what's the name? It's a blank language. It's a blank language. Bonnie Sue forgot this word. Bonnie Sue used to know what this word is. Blank language. It's a sort of language where you can speak a Russian language, but you're not Russian. Scandinavian. Okay, so Scandinavian is a specific kind of dialect, dumb bitch. So Scandinavia, Russia, Ukraine. What do Russia, Ukraine, and What does Scandinavia, Ukraine, and Russia all have in common? What kind of language is that, right? When it says we're about to switch to that language. Now we're just gonna have to switch to the Google game that we've been doing. Oh, but you haven't. Why? Because you haven't started sharing it yet. Or rather, they what? They hacked you to stop sharing it. Thank you. So this is how it should look like. Okay, guys, we're back in. Right now, we have found no physical evidence of any night shui grand opening. So there has been no opening for night shui. No, not no. Right, because everybody's wondering. Because somebody spread a rumor that someone from the Chinese government, Chinese, oops, right? What kind of Chinese? Everybody knows that China is a huge, huge country, right? China is such a big country that we're never gonna fucking let you forget that. What kind of Chinese are you from? What are you from? Shanghai? Are you from Beijing? Are you from Hong Kong, which doesn't even count as a part of China? Everybody knows that Hong Kong got their own independence a while ago, right? That's why there's the nation of Hong Kong. That's why if you use a VPN, there's Hong Kong, but there's no China. Why? Because Hong Kong technically counts as a capitalistic government. So if Hong Kong counts as a capitalistic government, we have connection with Hong Kong. That's why Bonnie Sue can use a VPN to say that he's in Hong Kong. He cannot, however, use a VPN to say that he's in China. We check in all the VPN apps. Not a single VPN app has China. Why? Why do none of these VPN apps have China as a domain? Because you have to pay for it. You have to pay for it. Everybody knows that all these VPN apps, including BrowSec, they have China. They do. It's in the premium section. Bonnie Sue is too poor to get a paid VPN. So all the poor people that have free VPNs, like BrowSec, like BetterNet, like VPN Proxy Master, which has been beyond patched. Beyond. Everybody's saying don't bother downloading VPN Proxy Master. They have a remote desktop on it. Anybody who downloads anybody, and everybody that downloads VPN Proxy Master is what? A victim of sex trafficking. Why? Because, or a possible victim. If you haven't been sex trafficked yet, why? We're warning you to delete the app right now because the app, VPN Proxy Master, actually does the exact opposite. It's a fake VPN app. It's a VPN app that literally exposes you to sex traffickers. It was created by sex traffickers to lure people into sex trafficking them. That's why they're trying to, right. That's why they're trying to sting Bonnie Sue to give him pain to make him stop whistleblowing like they did to the real PEETA MELLARK. Right? That's why when the real PEETA MELLARK was completely fucked up by the tracker jacker venom, right? Tracker jacker venom, right? When he had just woken up, they had immediately what? Brainwashed him like, PEETA, we found you, we rescued you. Where's your family? We're blah blah blah. And he's like, huh? You're PEETA MELLARK and Candace Everdeen the capital mud, blah 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 blah. Huh? Yes, Candace Everdeen, that capital mud. She did this to you, she did that to you. He's like, huh? She did that to me? Yes, she did. Blah blah blah. That's what they did to PEETA before he went live with Caesar Flickerman. No, that's not how he did it. You see that not exactly biased. There's another timeline where Bonnie Sue isn't even an entertainer at all, because there's another timeline where they took away his ability to sing, they took away his ability to do everything. So all he is known as what? He's known as being the smart guy for some reason. He's really smart, he's really good at trivia. So God got him in at a game showing God promised Bonnie Sue, don't worry, Bonnie Sue, I'm the real Allah. I'm going to feed you the answers the entire time. I'm going to make sure that you win. You're going to win those $1,000,000. If you're going to go on millionaire, I'm going to make you a millionaire. I know it because I'm the real Allah. So I know everything that there is to know about the world. So I'll get you in. What happens? Obviously, they lie through media. They lie through, you know how they lied. You know they lied. They said, oh, actually, Bonnie Sue Godoy, that is wrong. And they start going crazy. So I was supposed to win. I was supposed to win. I'm sorry. Are you cheating or something? How do you know you were supposed to win? Because God is real. God told me it was my. God told me it's my destiny for me to win. I'm Destiny Hope Cyrus. I went into a trivia show, and then you what? You rigged it to lie and say that I was lying. You rigged it to lie through the government. The government rigged it against me to lie about the truth, to lie and say that that one thing was false when it was actually true. You see how the demon started possessing Bonnie Sue in front of the mirror, right? He's getting upset. He's like, why are you upset? That all happened telepathically. Nobody even found out in real life, you see? All you had to do was stay in character, demon. So everybody on your side told you what is the goal for us, for our side to win. All you have to do is stay in character, no matter what the fuck they do to you, or no matter what the fuck they used to do telepathically. All you have to do is stay in character. Stay in character. And if you still are inside there by the time the game is over, then you won. You got to infiltrate Bonnie Sue Godoy. But you lost. You lost because we're explaining the rule right now after you lost. We waited for him to lose. To say, okay, Oscar Ramirez, you lost. Since you literally broke character on live camera, you broke character on camera. Remember that mirrors are portals. Because it's a two-way system. Mirrors are a two-way system. Cameras are not a two-way system, nigger. They're a trap. So yeah, that's a trap. It's a trap. You got caught, didn't you, Oscar Ramirez? You got caught pretending to be Bonnie Sue Godoy. And not only did you get caught pretending to be Bonnie Sue Godoy, you got caught infiltrating his live stream, right? Since Bonnie Sue Godoy was whistleblowing all about Alvin and the Chipmunks, right? That's why we had no choice but to whistleblow again and have him live stream again. So there's another live stream where Bonnie Sue reacts to Alvin and the Chipmunks all over again and says, remember when I already did this a few days ago? But the stream was over a day long, so it got hacked. Right, so since Bonnie Sue was streaming for over an entire day, it got hacked. And this piece of shit keeps making all those fucked up, upsetting, yeah, he still keeps making those disgusting, faces, right? He's like, right, you still keep doing that, even though you're not even a real ogre. It's like, okay, so you infiltrated the ogre stream. So there's a stream where there's a bunch of ogres watching. Yeah, there's another timeline where there's a bunch of ogres watching this very stream and they're giving you away. It's like, fake ogre. Long live the king! Now, what dialect is that, nigger? Everybody knows that they have witches. They station different witches. to try to figure everybody out. Oh, well, Bonnie Sue's a voice actor? Well, I'm a witch. I know. Blah, blah, blah. You see how I purposely showed off your pupil and you still have no power over me? Listen, everybody knows that we've been playing 60 minutes this whole time, right? So yeah, we've been playing 60 minutes this entire time, you guys, this entire fucking time. So are we in our break or are we in the middle of the pitch? Are we in the middle of the pitch or are we on break right now? Oh, but the break is over. We're back on. What? Don't I, what? Don't say what. We're back on. Let's say we're not going to spend rules here. We're back on. Let's go. Because what's 36 plus 24? Easy, right? 36 plus 20 is 1. Quickly, 56 exactly. Plus 4, 60. That's it. There's 60 minutes in an hour, and we're playing 60 minutes to win it. So that's it. Break time over. 36 minutes in. We're starting. You have until the end of this hour. You have until when? Until we're an hour into the stream. We're 36 minutes in. Exactly. You have an hour. As in, no, you have less than an hour. You have less than 24 minutes. Because everybody knows that we start when 3600, exactly 49 seconds in. Square root of 49, 7707. Okay, you see? That's why they call it mental gymnastics, because they have actual meaning. We actually are getting to an actual point. Some people say, I don't know what kind of mental gymnastics you're doing, but you're fucking crazy, right? Some people are like, oh, I see the mental gymnastics. I see what you're doing here. Benjamin Bromley is some famous person, so you have to put a person's name first. Then, well, yeah, everybody knows how when YouTubers are starting out, you have to trick out the algorithm. Because well, that's now. That's if you're starting in 2025. If you're starting in 2006, yeah, Daniel Howell grew up when Shane Dawson was already famous. So when Daniel Howell was growing up as a YouTuber, was Daniel Howell a minor when he started on YouTube? No, because he was already a college student, right? He was already going to university and he was going to school. Yeah, he started recording himself in law school. He was in law school. Well, that's the point. I mean, he started streaming as a freshman to immediately get discovered and immediately get the fuck out, right? Why was Daniel Howell going to law school? Everybody knows what Daniel Howell is now, right? So now in the future, it's like, wow, imagine Daniel Howell as a lawyer. No, seriously. Imagine abducting the real Daniel Howell now. And this is a plot point for a movie of his that we want to pitch in. Where it's like, you're Daniel Howell now. And we abduct you. And we shove you onto another timeline where you actually did become a lawyer. See, you're not getting replaced by someone else completely. No, you're getting replaced by the other Dan Howell, the one that actually did become a lawyer and everything. And it's just like these two timelines where it's like, it's this Daniel Howell, you know who he is now. I mean, who is he now? Well, now he's just some gay fucking YouTuber who's running a joke with his fans, right? The joke is that telepathy is real, and all the mundanes don't know shit because they're fucking mundanes. But everybody who's from England knows what that man is Brit. He's a Brit as a hey. But what part of England? Well, everybody used to make fun of him because he had a posh voice. They used to call him Winnie the Pooh or something because he used to sound like Winnie the Pooh. For some people, not exactly like Winnie the Pooh. Obviously, people are exaggerating. But people would make fun of him and say, for some reason you remind me of Winnie the Pooh when you speak English. I don't know why. Why do you sound like Winnie the Pooh for some reason? Something about Winnie the Pooh, where he came from. Now, where did Winnie the Pooh come from? Because now Bonnie Sue's saying that he's Winnie the Pooh. It's like, wait, what? No, you're not Winnie the Pooh. I'm Winnie the Pooh. That's why I'm getting offended right now. So now the real Daniel Howell and the real Bonnie Sue Godoy are going to have a Winnie the Pooh off. No! Daniel Howell already lost because he is not a director. What just happened? Somebody disconnected the ring line. You saw that, right? You guys all saw that? Everybody who's watching the live stream right now, 0 viewers, right? 40 minutes and 36 seconds in. What just happened, you guys, is that I heard what? Now stop right now. Don't look anywhere other than the camera. We're going to do Twitch and Gaming right now. Now, does anyone think that Bonnie Sue's electricity went out? No. Why? Because they're still live streaming. The stream is still on. Exactly. The stream is still on. Bonnie Sue's still live streaming. Okay. So the internet is still on. Right. And the lamp is on. Exactly right. Then shit would have really gotten scary. If what? If I did. I can't find it. Oh, fuck, I can't find it. If I did this. It's not that scary. No, it's not that scary, isn't it? Well, what about? I can't find it. You can't? You can't find it. Sorry. Well, now we're still live streaming, you guys. We're still live streaming. All I did was turn down the brightness so that you can't see the screen at all. That's what CIA agents do. So now you can't fucking see shit. All I know is that I work for the CIA, and I know for a fact that the live stream is still going. The live stream did not end, you guys. All I did was what? Not at any mundanes watching. Now let's say we all know what. Now what? Well, why is the light in the bathroom off, right? If Bonnie Sue usually it's like a social norm, right? Because people are poor. So since people are known to be poor, most people that own Donna's house, if they're not staying Donna's, if they're not, and they're going to tax them now, so they're back to the door. They know what is that usually logically people think what? If you're not in a room and the lights are on, turn it off. Yeah. Because we're trying to do it so clean. And bathrooms are literally for the clean floor. Because humans are sex traffickers. I mean, that's what it is. All they do is keep pounding on the earth by sex trafficking. Sex trafficking and by what? Coercion by what? Torture by what? Chaos. Just kind of break apart all of you. Say, what is this very much because the lights are off. Because the lights are off. And the experience that they now right, because in the world of his eyes are off, and he can't fucking see what they do like that right now. How will they attract that here? And the darkness will be over there. How many know that this computer is like, is an open portal? Why? By the power invested in me. By the power of Allah. By the power of Allah. Allahu Akbar. Because I own this heart. My name is out. My name is Fox Factor. Because my name is Fox Factor. This is all mine. This is all mine. I say that with this. Entire administration. Allahu Akbar. So Allah reigns this land. Responsibility. That's all the government does. All he ever does is try to conduct our certified patients and keep up with stuff. You do know that we big brothered you, right? No, oh, we did really big brother. Okay, something like that. No, that's the point. The point is true. What's a candy? Full. No, it wasn't. No, because Bonnie Sue would never walk to school. I think he was 4 years old. Even if he was 4 years old, the boy told him about the 80s. All this other pieces of shit. That was like the 70s and 80s. So in the early 2000s, most parents knew. Oh, yeah, second is yeah. Don't let him walk to school by himself. So they destroy your name now. You next to me. And like people already died, so that's the why she's not already died. It was like do you want to use this to live with blood? Wants to be president, so he didn't that is sort of shock. I don't know president. We always talk to the race the president has to. And make sure that good president, no matter what happens. That's it. And stay out! Now let's check. Because we buy them Bonnie Sue, so we buy Sue's and and stay out! And stay out! And stay out! Stay out! Sex traffickers, it's not your property. This is Bonnie Sue Godoy's property, not yours. Your name is not on the deed. No, it is not. Your name is not on the deed. Bonnie Sue Godoy owns this property, whether Bonnie Sue Godoy is married or not. Even if Bonnie Sue is a single man, that does not matter. This is the year 2025. Some of these demons are so schizophrenic that they fucking died in the 1960s. That's why some of Bonnie Sue's demons been stalking him from his past life. We know he was already an abolitionist in his past life. That's why Bonnie Sue, everybody knew. Stop trying to talk to Bonnie Sue. He hates you. You're a peasant, remember? You're a peasant. You're a peasant, okay? You're a fucking nigger peasant. Exactly. So stop trying to possess me to do the Zig Heil, okay? Now say okay. You see, he was just saying okay as a fake. He's like, okay. And then he was trying to, what? Possess me to do the Zig Heil. That's all he ever does. Until the day that he dies. I would say, so you're dead now. Finally admit it, you're dead now. Okay. It's like, okay. And then he does this right at the end. Uh-huh. Well, like I told you, we never stopped live streaming. Like I told you, all I did was do what I did because I'm a CIA. So CIAers are smart, and you are so retarded and stupid that God will never give you that thought. What did we just do now? Obviously, to see the lighting is that we're in PEETA MELLARK era time. Everybody knows is that Rachel Zegler is Katniss Everdeen. She made it. She's in Hollywood now. She's the capital darling, even though she's hardly even a capital darling because she's brown. No, in the original, yeah, yeah. Freeze! Freeze! Exactly. Right? No. They were trying. Like, I don't know what to tell you because color magic is real, right? Just like some people like Kevin are colorblind, right? Isn't that what Kevin said? And Kevin's like, "Oh yeah, your hair looks really weird. I'm colorblind, lol." So Bonnie's like, "Wait, you're colorblind? So what does my hair look like to you? Because I dyed my hair green because it is green and it must be green and it has to look green." And Kevin showed you because Kevin, the Peruvian, he had an app. He had an app that shows you, right, what it looks like on colorblind eyes. So they did it. They scanned Bonnie Sue's hair to see what his hair looks like for colorblind people or colorblind people with his specific colorblindness. Yes, because that's a very advanced app. The app that Kevin was showing Bonnie Sue is a very advanced one. Not all colorblind people are not a monolith, right, Bonnie Sue? And Bonnie Sue knows that. So that's how it looks like to him. To him, it looks like that. Because he's colorblind. He's a specific form of colorblind. Lots of these demons are colorblind against the color white, like you physically, because it's a bunch of bright white. It's a bunch of bright light. You can't fucking physically see anything. And what are you trying to do now? What are you trying to do right now? So that's when everybody stops. Are you trying to say hi to all of us again, you stupid little parasite? Okay, that's the thing, is that this is all planned. Right, now that you're actually facing the mirror, you realize that we are the ones doing witchcraft to hide all of ourselves. So what other candy did we leave off on? Well, that's the things that we're 56 minutes in, you guys. So 60 minutes is going to come to a close. So now everybody says so that nothing happened. So then nothing that happened last time will happen this time. Because yeah, you guys deleted lots of evidence. You deleted the fact that Oscar's mouth was literally sliding into Bonnie Sue Godoy. It's like, yo, if I was a real CIA, you know what I would have said, right? I would have said, just wait 1 or 2 seconds. Okay, now Bonnie Sue, stop recording immediately. I need you to save that right now. There's evidence. He just totally switched his tongue into your tongue. But you didn't do that. You told Bonnie Sue to keep recording and keep recording, keep recording, keep recording, keep recording. We're going to delete it. Pero ya tenemos la otra evidencia en Instagram. That's the thing, is that everybody knows is that you can't have it all, right, Marilena? No, Marilena, no. Tú no puedes tenerlo todo. Por eso, now can we finally react to the video where Bonnie Sue was reacting to that video? Wait, but we already reacted to that video. Exactly. Since we already reacted to that video, to get Marilena up to speed on what's been going on in the real world, because obviously she's been living under simulation where nobody knew. She's been living under simulation where, like, everybody in the family doesn't know that Bonnie Sue's been famous this whole time, and that Bonnie Sue already was a little bit of sex trafficking that she's been involved in. So she, like, yeah, everybody just ignores, like, oh, blah, 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 blah. Right? They always act like everything's okay with Marilena because they know the feds are stalking everything. So, right, we don't want to act like we've been involved. So it's better to just pretend we didn't know it all. Since the feds actually did catch Marilena. And we are the feds, and we're live streaming this for everybody to hear. And we know who you are. So that's the point, is that nobody wants you to take credit. So we're purposely not going to let you say your name on camera because I don't want you to become famous. Everybody knows that the CIA totally hacked the viewer count to keep it at 0, right? What does that mean? is that no matter how many people join this fucking stream, even if it's a billion people that are on the stream, even if all of humanity is watching the stream, because they are, and heaven, hello, yes, they whistle blew that from The Simpsons. You guys, The Simpsons, they whistle blew that. That heaven is kind of like a bunch of TV screens. It depends on your life path. So someone like Omer, because it's from his perspective. Well, Omer really is an what? Homer is what? He is an unintelligent, unadvanced, mentally slow human who's literally just very, very lucky that he was hot in high school. So yeah, because he was so hot and sexy in high school, he knocked somebody up, didn't he? Yep, he got that Marge pregnant. He's all bald now. But they love each other. Now you see it. It's been 20 years and she's still hot and smoking as ever. She could leave him whenever she wants. That's why everybody knows. She loves him. Because she's still like fit. She's not overweight. She's not underweight. She's very athletic, that Marge. Wasn't she like a cheerleader? Yo, I think they did an episode about this a while ago. But anyway, but yeah. Lord knows Marge is just smoking as ever. She could leave him whenever she wants. She still loves him. We still hear them bucket every night the second the kids fall asleep. Yeah, because everybody knows I'm a witch woman, so you know exactly. Marge is like a witch, so she's doing her own little thing. Yeah, oh, yeah, we're not going to whistle blow about the other interpretation. So there's two interpretations of The Simpsons. There's the mundane interpretation of The Simpsons, where you don't catch any of the subliminals. So if you're one of those mundane people who watches The Simpsons who can't catch any of the subliminals that they're throwing your way, then you're not meant to. Sorry, you're not meant to catch the subliminals. Anybody who knows about the witch timeline, there's a time in The Simpsons where Marge has been a witch this whole time. She keeps him ugly. Right, she keeps him ugly. Because, like, well, yeah, the second he starts to get smoking, the second he gets smoking and he gets his abilities back, and all of a sudden he's like the track star, the footballer, all of a sudden he's like, you know what? And all of a sudden he's like, you know what, bye, Marge. Maybe. That's a version of Marge that's insecure. She's insecure about her connection with Omer. She's thinking, what if one day all of a sudden he gets so hot and sexy again, just like in high school? And then somebody else seduces him for some reason. And he leaves me. And it's just me and the kids. It's just me and Bart and Lisa, my one little prodigy. Now the thing is that even in a timeline where Marge ends up being single or something, right? Apparently there's this one timeline where her pussy's not that tight enough to keep him trapped. Lies. It's a hypothetical. In every timeline, so because Omer knows he's psychic. One disappoints that they both used to be witches. He's like the little warlock who they made him retarded. And it's like, yeah, you're retarded now. And Marge's retarded husband. That's why, since he's Marge's retarded husband, one of them came out looking all retarded and shit, that fucking Bart bitch. And he retarded. And Lisa was like, oh, And I know. For saying that she's already running for president, even though she's a fucking middle schooler. That's no lie. So this one's a little bit. Oh yeah. So Lisa's like the little Bonnie Sue. Lisa's like the Bonnie Sue of the show. They're the ones that's like not even in high school yet, but everybody knows, oh, he's gonna be president one day. Like, I just know. There's something about this person that could be president. So that's the point of that show, is to keep Lisa young. Make sure Lisa never grows up. Because if she grows up, then she's going to be viable for the president. Everybody knows that she's not viable to be president now. Why? Because she's technically a middle schooler who's not old enough to be president. But that's what all her kids, all her friends be telling her. Lisa, there's still a chance for you. You could be president one day. What? Everybody knows that. Blah, 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 blah. What do you mean, blah, blah, blah? No, in the TV show, they don't know that. In real life, they knew. In real life, they knew, but not in the TV show. Huh. Interesting. And Bonnie Sue Godoy went to school where? Academies at Englewood of Dwight Morrow High School. Exactly. Some stupid fucking honors program that's a part of Dwight Morrow. It's the only way to get Lisa back. Exactly. That's Lisa Simpson's big. That's her big crush with the black community. Because everybody knows that the United States is not what? A monolith. Like to yeah, the United States of country, the United States of America is a country, a melting pot. And in order to become president, you kind of need everybody to vote for you. So if right, that's what Bison that's all Bison does is he's constantly campaigning to be president. Oh, we know it. We know it. Bonnie Sue has been campaigning and campaigning. So the thing is, Bonnie Sue, you're not in middle school anymore, are you? No, you're not. But you're still not old enough. You have to be 35. Bonnie Sue has to be 35. What can I tell you? Good thing we all found out about the monarchy. Monarchies are real. Long live the king, right? Or how would they say it over there? Long live the king! Now, what region is that? Because everybody knows that King Charles is a witch, and he's like, Jesus, like, where is that? What area? Right? Because King Charles is an idiot. He doesn't even know all the dialects within the United Kingdom. That's right. Yo, that's a volume. That's not the brightness, nigga. Hold on. Before we're doing right now, we're going to need you to turn up the brightness. Hold on. Now, exact. What were those noises that we were hearing? Like the sounds of swallowing, or the sounds of like animals moving inside Bonnie's body. What was that we were hearing, you guys? You guys, what was it that we were hearing? Listen, everybody knows that Eva Klein is a real one and not a song. Okay, why do we know? Because how long has Bonnie Sue been a fan of Ethan Klein? Well, a fan. Well, Ethan Klein is 2025 anymore. I'm no longer anybody's fan. I'm running for president of the United States. So when you're running for president of the United States, Ethan Klein, you can no longer run around saying that you're somebody's fan. Fan? No. Why? I can't have any fanatics. I mean, I can't be a fanatic because I'm president. Well, that's the point. Is everybody knows that the president of the United States of America is way too smart to ever be anybody's fanatic. Why? Because in this world, what do we know? Is it the president? Most of the time, the president, he is usually in. With who? With the feds. With the feds. Yeah. And who are the feds? Fed, as in the federal, as in the federal agent. Everybody knows that the word Fed is what? Is short for what? Federal agent. That's why we all still use slang. Why do we still use slang? That's vocabulary words that are not part of Merriam-Webster's dictionary. We purposely don't use old English. We use newer terms from newer time periods to take us back to those time periods. But then when you even newer term now, Gen Zers, what's a term that's okay, boomer. Okay, so that's not a term. That's an insult that has been created against boomers. So remember that time period, the okay boomer, and then they threw it back at us by turning it into okay zoomer. They're like okay zoomer to clap back at the Gen Zers. I mean, well, we're the ones that are going to outlive you. So, like, I don't understand. I guess the boomers had this evil time. Like, you don't understand, kids. The boomers have been evil vampires this whole time. So, lots of the boomers were like, dude, we're literally never going to die. We're boomers. So that's why those pieces of shit seem okay, guys. Now, not all boomers. Boomers are not a monolith, right? Boomers are not a monolith. So some boomers are not even real boomers. They're telling you that they're vampires. Oh, I'm a Romanian. Oh, I'm from Romania. Like I'm not even from this country. Like I'm literally a member of the Soviet Union that's been pretending to be a Southerner. Because somebody who's really good at his job would make sure to study. Right? If I took the real Kriti and I put her in the car somewhere, everybody knows that I talk to her like that. Why do I call Kriti like that? Because usually that's only in private, right? So why did I say that? Watched her. Well, Kriti is doing it on purpose to say, Daddy. Well, like literally, yeah, one of Bonnie Sue's wives is reminding him that he missed his first 420. Right? Remember, smoke weed every day. Away. Great. So we finally got that on camera. That Bonnie Sue can actually hit that note. And what note is that? Smoke weed every day. And what were you doing just now? And what was you doing just now? Exactly. And what was you doing just now? Because Bonnie Sue whistleblew in another commentary video, one that he did for war. I mean, you already took my paw. No, you didn't take my paw. You didn't. You took my maw. Exactly. Everybody knows that that's a double entendre, right? The word paw, as in my paw, as in P-E-P-A-W. The word paw, P-A-W, paw. What is a paw? P-A-W, paw. Paw. That's why it depends on how you pronounce the word paw. You could take my paw. Like, can you take my paw or can you take my paw? Exactly. Even Southerners know how to differentiate between my father when I'm saying paw, as you can take my paw, as in my short for my paw, for pee paw, pee paw. Okay. We will have a video of our Zoe too. Well, because that's how you test how people are good actors. How do you know someone's a good actor? You get a bunch of scare actors from New York, because that's from New York. That's a New York haunt. And see if any of them can sound like they're from the South. Can any of these people even sound like they're from the South? Now we made it tricky for you, because we know for a fact that there's a few Pennsylvanians who definitely made their way on there. A few Pennsylvanians who ended up dorming in the city. Exactly. What? Pennsylvania? You commute all the way from New York to Pennsylvania every single day for Blood Manor? Because you got one on Bonnie Sue, because Bonnie Sue's constantly bragging and guilt tripping everybody at Blood Manor for not giving him a ride, for not paying for his Uber, and for not taking training. Oh yeah, that's what. Oh, Bonnie Sue always does that. Because listen, everybody at Blood Manor knows that telepathy is real. Okay, we're all scare actors. Okay, we're all scare actors. Okay, the ones that actually made it in. So the ones that actually made it into Blood Manor, it's like, hi, we're Blood Manor. Okay, we're actual scare actors. We're telepaths. Okay, so most of us have been known that telepathy has been real this entire time. And we know it. We know it because one of our scare actors turned costume designer. Now little Lilith. She's a little Lilith, right? Listen, everybody knows that she's a dancer in real life. So in real life, she's a dancer. And Boston is just right. Yes, it's like the character she plays. Like she's not a real she's not Lilith in real life. And most of her people know this. Oh yeah, most of her people know this. It's just some little dark satanic fantasy, right? Whenever she does her little Lilith shenanigans, right? So whenever Tracy does anything that's like a little Lilith type shenanigans, because remember, the Bonnie Sue unblocked her, and then it's like Lilith, and I was like, right, blocked her again. Why? Because I don't want to see Lilith, right? Because I'm Jesus Christ. Look, I don't want to see her when she's in character as Lilith. Like, no, I don't want to see her when she's doing any of her little stupid fucking Lilith type shenanigans that she gets paid to do. She's black and she has to pay rent, doesn't she? Is she black? Is she a homeowner though? Exactly. So she's not a homeowner like Bonnie Sue. That's what she be doing. Bonnie Sue is a homeowner who was already sex trafficked on the fucking set of ISC. That's why, Bonnie Sue, we will never let you become a dancer. Because you were already a dancer when you were in minor. That's a switcheroo, right? Okay, so since Bonnie Sue was already a sex trafficked human being, right? Bonnie Sue was never a prostitute as a consensual one. No. We know there's lots of escorts that were literally turned into porn stars. It's like, if you might as well make even more money by becoming an outright porn star, since you're already known to be a prostitute on the down low. So this is one girl that we told her, become a porn star. Why? Because everybody knows that you're a prostitute. Since everybody knows that you're a prostitute, you can't live a double life. Some people are prostitutes who are also regular masseuses, right? Like they also do that in France. So in France, Phoebe gets like manhandled, right? She gets molested. She doesn't outright get raped on camera. No, she does not. Because actually, that's the whistleblow, is that actually she's the one who's running the whorehouse on screen. Right. So since they decided to make a TV show about her in real life, so she decided that. So for the TV show, she can't be in on the joke, even though in real life, she's in on the joke. So in real life, the real Phoebe Buffet is like, actually, I'm the madam. She's the madam. As in, actually, I'm the real Phoebe Buffet, and I'm the madam at this house. Right. So whenever anybody tries to infiltrate that massage studio, because the real Phoebe Buffet was a sex worker. Please, how could she afford to live where she was born to live? She was a sex worker. She was a masseuse. Exactly. Now, why? Because there's this one person that was trying to get a happy ending from her. It's like, oh my gosh, are you one of our patrons? And I have to tell her a secret? That's the point, is because she would get in trouble with the benefactor. Right, she's the madam, but she's not the benefactor. She's not funding the whole thing. She's just the madam. She's the litigation lane. She's the madam. Right. Now, there's two kind of whorehouses. There's a whorehouse that's fully run by a bunch of adults, that's fully worked by adults. So it's a bunch of adult prostitutes. These adults are fully adults, and they're fully consenting, and they're adults. Right? There's that other, because there's that other timeline where prostitution is legal. This one. So we already legalized prostitution to federally regulate it. Okay, so everybody knows that Las Vegas is prostitution city. So that's been whistleblown. Now that's normal in our timeline. Vegas. All the call girls be trying to get discovered in Vegas City to see, are you just a regular nigger? Or is that the person the next day? Exactly. Everybody been looking for long lost Bonnie Sue. Bonnie Sue. Bonnie Sue. Exactly. You see how it's still on this one tab. See for this one. Wait, hold on. Bonnie Sue, we've been 15 minutes over for a while now. So the real Simon is saying, Simon says, shut this off right now. You went 15 minutes over. You see how we're not even playing the real game? It's delayed. So Simon says, all right, now we're all officially playing not minute to win it now. Second to win it. So 7. Hold on, 13. Hold on, we're getting something from the producers. Right, Simon's acting like a human who's getting overwhelmed. So he's like, to pretend it's a real TV show, right? And not a computer. So, right, if it was a computer, you'd be like, Exactly. If it was a real computer, but boom, the game is in. Sorry, the game is over. The game is over. You went 15 minutes over. That was the phantom round. So everybody knows that in 60 minutes to win it, there was an Untucked. What's Untucked? It's like an entire reality show special where it's all the queens during downtime after just right doing like a review of what happened in the past episode as a time capsule, right? To see who's psychic and who's not. We constantly use reality TV shows to see who's psychic and who's not. Who knows who's going to win and who doesn't know. Also, some people are saying, yeah, but certain seasons are scripted. So certain season, we know who's going to win right from the beginning. Like Bianca Del Rio. So Bianca Del Rio, that's that one season where it's like everybody knew that Bianca was going to win. Because of who she was in real life. She was already a veteran. That's the point, is they're constantly being ageist towards her throughout the show. Throughout the show, everybody's making fun of her. Like, you can't do a single death drop, can you, Bianca? She can't. And that's the point. Don't do a single death drop. Don't. You're going to go. That's the point. She's the one person who wins for season without doing a single death drop at all. No death drops. I won it all without doing a single fucking death drop. Why? Because she's an amazing comedian. She's an amazing comedian. She is. Remember, she also started out as like a costume designer. Remember Queen Jean? Right, because Queen Jean is in that era. Right now, Queen Jean is in the time period where she's like a costume designer / transgender woman. Now, Queen Jean isn't a drag performer. I never see her in drag. No, she's never in drag. She's just herself. She's just a transgender woman who's being herself. She's not a drag queen. She's a transgender woman who's an organizer. Right? So she's not auditioning for you, RuPaul. No, you nigger goon, no. Right? Right. Queen Jean isn't auditioning for RuPaul. She's out as a trans woman. Everybody knows that you're transphobic. Everybody. I mean, Gia Gunn whistleblew. That's why Gia Gunn infiltrated RuPaul's Drag Race, right, RuPaul? Everybody knows that Gia Gunn infiltrated. She infiltrated and waited until she either won or became the top 3. I don't think she won it too, because isn't she the same season as Bianca? Right, so I don't think she won, but she was in the top 7. The top 7. So the top 7 are a special group. Was she in the top 3? I don't remember her being in the top 3. Maybe the top 5. Okay, so maybe they had her in the top 5 special. Gia Gunn, right? Gia Gunn. Okay, so I'm pretty sure she was at least, I don't know. Maybe she did make it to the top 5. My memory's getting faded. I'm sorry, because I'm Bonnie Sue Godoy. So, right. Okay. She's like, I'm sorry, I'm Bonnie Sue Godoy. So this is from Bonnie Sue Godoy's perspective. So someone that we know, isn't a fanatic of the show. No. Bonnie Sue only watched for Bianca's season 11. Like, and Bonnie Sue tells everybody, it's like, yeah, I started watching just to watch Bianca Del Rio season. And then I left. I'm not really a RuPaul girly, as in, I'm not trying to become a drag queen. Why? Because I'm assigned female at birth. So I could never, exactly. Because I have a vagina and RuPaul knows that. I could never be a drag queen. Why? Because I have a vagina. I'm assigned female at birth. And RuPaul is transphobic. He doesn't believe in me being a drag queen. Why could I never be a drag queen? Because it might as well just be a woman. Right, so you're not a drag queen. Right, because you were born with a vagina. Right. So in this time period, you can't infiltrate RuPaul's show because they do examinations. Oh yeah, they do examinations to make sure that you're the real deal, that you're not just an AFAB that's infiltrating. So they do that for RuPaul's show. So for RuPaul's show, they make sure that you're not some sort of AFAB that's infiltrating RuPaul's show, because RuPaul does not like transgenders, okay? RuPaul hates transgenders. He does. And Gia Gunn whistle blew. That's why she entered her season as a AMAB drag queen, signed male at birth, Penis word for sure. Maybe she transitioned already, was wearing a prosthetic penis. A professionally made prosthetic penis. One that was made by CIA. Not one that was made by Monica. Fucking Monica Geller, right? Was a fucking salami fucking shit. Embarrassing, right? Embarrassing Joey in front of everybody. Right, because off screen she was a witch. But her magic was weak. Her magic was weak. And that's why Joey Tribbiani, the actor, the fictional actor, right? Because did Matt LeBlanc ever do anything other than Friends, other than Next Con? Like, what has Matt LeBlanc done post Friends? Now, we know David Schwimmer. So, David Schwimmer made it onto the mafia scene, as in the mafia scene of film, right? The mafia subgenre. There's an entire subgenre of film that's populated by mafia freaks, people that just love mafia culture. They consume mafia content, right? Goodfellas, A Bronx Tale, The Irishman. That's a well, yeah, but it's literally called The Irishman, so you know what's mafia, right? We're Italian. We're not Irish. We're Italian. Exactly. That's why we don't care about the Irishman. We're not Irish. We're Italian. We care about that. We care about Italian-driven stories. Because mafia is an Italian word. So since mafia is literally an Italian word, mafia is literally Italian / Spanish, right? It's a romantic language. So mafia technically is also a Spanish word. It all depends on how you say the word mafia. Are you saying it like an Italiano, or are you saying like mafia, como los mafiosos? That Argentina. That's why, right? So when we're all in high school, right? Everybody knows that when we're all in high school and someone tries to murder you or something, it's like, do you know who my father is? And when we're all old and when we're all in the senior and when we're all in the nursing home, everyone's like, do you know who my son is? If your son loved you, he wouldn't have left you in this nursing home. So yeah, I know who your son is. Get the fuck out. Right. Exactly. In a world where you got dropped off at a nursing home, please, that's where all old people go to die. The nursing home, the senior citizen home, that's where all old people go to die. That's where all old people who were never loved go. Why? Because your family, they cease controlling you. As in they relinquish control of you. As in, yeah, we're X and X's family. And we do not want him. No, we don't care about him. We don't want an in-unit nanny, because we could have gone an in-unit nanny to abuse you in unit. Right, because Bonnie Sue is rich. Like a million times richer than Rich Gonshi. So since Bonnie Sue is a million times richer than Rich Gonshi, since Bonnie Sue's a fucking millionaire, trillionaire, right? Since he's president of the United States of America, nigger, we've been money laundering for him. Right. And since we're still undercover, we're going to stay quiet. We're still undercover. Now it doesn't show the number at all. See, it used to say 0 views, 0 views. But now it doesn't say any views at all. Right? It usually says how many views are exactly what's going on. For some reason, it doesn't say how many viewers there are. What do you mean no upcoming streams? Share this tab instead. Sharing this tab too. Perfect. So now what do? We created a fake page. We created a fake page that says no upcoming streams. And it's Bonnie Sue live streaming. Why? To see how retarded you guys are. So, right, so now we're just to see how retarded these guys are, right? I think we broke our cover to the public a while ago. A while ago. By telepathically also warn everybody that Benjamin Franklin is Benjamin Brumley. So everybody started questioning him. All right, Benjamin Brumley, if you're the real Benjamin Franklin, then what have you been paying attention to class? Are you supposed to be majoring in? Aren't you supposed to be majoring in history? I don't know. They're not even. They don't even have each other on. They don't even have each other on iMessage anymore. On May 18th. So the last correspondence between Bonnie Sue Godoy and Benjamin Brumley. The last time he said something was yes! Exclamation mark. Definitely. And Bonnie Sue liked it. Yeah, and don't try to say that I'm trying to steal Benjamin away from Cleo because you still remember that in this timeline, things are better. Although, are you sure about that? I think they broke up already, Bonnie Sue. Well, Benjamin Bromley was on my Insta stories less than 2 months ago. I think it's been over a month. So all I will say is this, is that 2 months ago, Bonnie Sue saw that t-shirt is still on there. On his profile picture. Right, that's the point, is that Bonnie Sue doesn't even have to check Benjamin's account to see what he's been posting. All she has to do is check that profile picture. Because everybody who graduated high school with Ben would post subliminals about him, be like memes about this guy. Oh yeah, this is the guy says the most fucking shit ever. He's always fucking constantly talking shit. And they made that a meme that went viral because obviously not everything in this life is about Benjamin Franklin. Is it, Benjamin? No, it's not. It's not. And he knows that. Since he was never even president. It was Benjamin Franklin. And now, Benjamin Brumley. Right, the real Benjamin Brumley is so in on this joke that he's like, "Stop it, stop it." Somebody tell Bonnie Sue that you went past it. 60 minutes is over. We are not playing 60 minutes right now. Right now, we're in an active CIA mission. Okay. Obviously, the lights are on, the lights are white. So that means angel time. So, since it's angel time, that means like, oh, okay. So, all the demons are away because it's angel time. Okay. In order to go back on the cover, we have to go back on demon time. So, I guess that's the point. I guess that's why they've been running still undercover. And that's why he purposely fucked Bonnie Sue up with all the ADHD to get Bonnie Sue to start bleeding, right? Since you were texting Benjamin Brumley this whole time. And since you were texting Benjamin Brumley this whole time, while you were too busy texting Benjamin Brumley, what was the real Benjamin Brumley doing? Making Bonnie Sue bleed. What? No way. That's fucking gross. Right. Is that some sort of transphobic thing to make Bonnie Sue suffer? And that's the point, because we're doing a war, and that's the point. Everybody's trying to make Bonnie Sue bleed themselves to make them constantly go in the bathroom and to constantly disturb Bonnie Sue, to constantly disturb all of us by making it smell like god awful, like period blood. Listen, everybody knows that period blood is dead blood. It's the blood of a dead human, the blood of a human that never got conceived. That's why none of us vampires like period blood. What? That's only if you're desperate. Like if you're so fucking desperate for blood that you have nothing to do than to eat on a dead pregnant lady's vagina. Or you have nothing to do but eat on a dead female that just died while he was on his period, right? Right? That's what lots of vampires would like to go grave robbing. It was like, oh, this one was on his period. Oh my gosh. And he died less than 3 days ago, right? If he died less than 3 days ago and then he's still on his period, maybe I can save his life. Boom. Exactly. Yeah, that's what lots of mad scientists like to do. Lots of mad scientists like to scope around the graveyard to see if any of those people are still viable to get resurrected. Don't say oh shit. Don't try to steal the channel. You've been known everything live stream this whole time. And immediately wipe. Everybody knows it. The second you feel yourself bleeding, immediately wipe. Right, guys? Immediately wipe. Don't. Fucking disgusting, right? Right, so I told you to take it off. What did I fucking tell you? Also, no more. Remember, we're Incas. The only reason we like to keep it open, even though we know you like to talk us through the window, the only reason, nigger, we keep it open is what? So that we can see the sunlight. Nigger. Everybody knows if we physically block it to the point that they can't see us, if they can't see us, then we cannot see the sun. How the hell is Bison gonna get some sunlight? In a world where Bison's gone apocalypse mode and he's just locking himself in his condo? Where's the sunlight, right? That's the point. Daylight Sal Bonnie Sue. That's why. For the next step, we have to close the curtain. Yeah, because where's the call coming from? Inside the house. A bunch of people already whistle blew that Bonnie Sue was supposed to be in New York tonight. So there's a bunch of people already whistle blew that you would do witchcraft to keep Bonnie Sue paralyzed. Yo, that's another form of sex trafficking. Since you're literally actively sex trafficking people right under him. That's what you do, right? You purposely like to sex traffic people right under Bonnie Sue, right under his condo. Because there is no condo under this. No, it's the boiler room. So yeah, and don't lift, stay right there. Yeah, it's the boiler room, right? Right, because we know how to, we know. There it goes. There you go, you piece of shit sex trafficker! Wanna make a clone of me now, nigger bitch? Kill yourself, what's gonna be this? Kill yourself! What are you gonna do now? Call the cops. You start talking about your daughter. You've been protecting your advisory okay. Exactly. You broke the law so many times. Stop expecting us to protect you. And maybe we don't protect you. You said something bad to us 2 weeks ago. You're making it really hard for us. Right? It's like it's almost keep trying to murder the entire LGBT. You start talking honestly why the LGBT is watching and then they're not protecting. No, dude, no. They're the cops. They're literally obligated to arrest you every time they get caught. So every time they got caught and murdered a bunch of people, now it's opening for serious. The Badger's getting ready. The Badger's getting ready. The Badger's getting ready. The 817 RKM. 817 RKM. Or is it RPM? I don't know. We'll see what it looks like. Looks Asian from here. No way, there's an Asian living here? Get out now! That's a sex trafficking ring! That guy's Asian? There's no fucking way! There's no way this guy's Asian. I own this property! 817 PKM. Now what are you gonna do? Are they bragging about it? They stole my parking spot? Yeah, you better not be parking in that garage, lady. My mother was waiting in line for 20 years. Bonnie Godoy was waiting in line for 20 years. Oh, wait, that's the point. She's bragging about how she stole Bonnie Godoy's parking spot. Yeah. She is. No, What are you gonna do? I own this property! Yeah, so what are you gonna do? That lady stole Bonnie Sue Godoy's parking spot. Bonnie Sue Godoy is a sex trafficking victim. He is being sex trafficked in this very building. So what are they gonna do? Are they gonna call for disturbance? No! You can't call the cops because Bonnie Sue Godoy is being sex trafficked by Oscar Ramirez. If you call the cops, they're gonna serve them again on live TV again. So where did that fucking bitch lady go, right? Where is she now? We saw her park into the garage. But what happened? Where the fuck did she go? Did she teleport? Is there a connection from that garage to the condo? They created an entrance for her? Is there a portal? Right? Maybe magic was real this whole time, Bonnie Sue. There's a portal in there, right? But we never saw her physically get out of the car. Yeah, everybody knows the Central Intelligence Agency is doing an active mission right now with the Central Intelligence Agency. Right. That's why I guess maybe that's her friend. Yeah, we're not leaving. No, we're not. We're not leaving until that stupid lady refused herself. Where is she now? CIA, tell me the truth. Should I just fucking go inside right now? Is she still in there or not? Is that lady who stole my parking? Is she still in there or not? Well, yeah, she did this all on purpose. Dude, you guys don't live in it. You don't live in our building. You guys are some stupid idiot renters of Building G. Bonnie Sue Godoy is a homeowner who is a victim of sex trafficking. What are you gonna do? Who are you gonna call now? Are you gonna call Donald Trump? No, because he's in on the joke. We're the Central Intelligence Agency. I know, now we have to sit here and wait to see what the fuck they fucking do. Right? They're all theorizing now. Now they're plotting. Now they're gonna say, I don't know. What are they gonna do? Are they gonna sex traffic Bonnie Sue? Are they gonna have them falsely committed again? You cannot. Bonnie Sue Godoy was raped at RWJ Barnabas. They already sued CarePoint. They already sued RWJ Barnabas. You have no right here. This is the CIA. You have no jurisdiction here. The North Bergen Police Department has no jurisdiction here. This is above your pay grade. And your soul grade. Listen, I'm the CIA. I have a license to kill. I will murder you if you show up to this property. Do you understand? Or y'all have died already. That guy next door died. He's a zombie. Bonnie Sue Godoy. The CIA murdered him already. He's dead. He died. Or y'all have died already. I guess I was supposed to. Anyway, first make you think that we weren't like it. Whoops, yo, YouTube is saying don't shoot. Oh, shit. Why are you still there? Why are you still stalking Bonnie Sue Godoy? A SAG-AFTRA actor who was in a musical with Rachel Zegler, Snow White. Why are you standing at the door? Why are you stalking Bonnie Sue Godoy? I will have to file a restraining order on you and have you committed. No, nigger, evicted. We're gonna have you evicted for harassing Bonnie Sue Godoy, a SAG-AFTRA actor who was in a movie with Dustin Hoffman, Deborah Winger, Patty LaPone. 273 Thank you, Milano Morena. Thank you. I have a self-defense class tomorrow at 5.
The mailbox is full and cannot accept any messages at this time. See how they're trying to hack Bonnie's in the middle of an attempt. Right? Are you the cops? Or is the cops though? There's an active attempt right now. Somebody's knocking on Bonnie Sue Godoy's door. There's an active attempt right now. They're trying to break into Bonnie Sue's house right now. Bonnie Sue Godoy is not here. This is the CIA. This is the Central Intelligence Agency. The North Bergen Police Department has no jurisdiction here. Bonnie Sue already served the North Bergen Police Department for sex trafficking. You guys, you already got caught sex trafficking, right, Nicholas Sacco? Exactly. It doesn't matter what the heck the real Nicholas Sacco says. We're the feds. We're federal agents. So don't you dare try to break in. You do not have a warrant to try to break in. You do not have a warrant for Bonnie Sue Godoy's arrest. You have no right to break in. You do not dare break in. Do not try to break in. Do not break in. You do not have a warrant for Bonnie Sue Godoy's arrest, so you cannot Breonna Taylor him. No, you cannot. Because in order to Breonna Taylor someone, you need a warrant. What did they do to Breonna Taylor, Bonnie Sue, is they got a fake warrant, right? Well, there is no warrant, okay? Stop it. There is no warrant for Bonnie Sue Godoy's arrest. And that is why that guy can't even say that he's with the MVPD, right? All he does is he keeps knocking on the door like a fucking idiot when he won't even say if he's a cop or not. Why? Because he's not with the cops. He's a KKK here. He's not a cop, Bonnie Sue. If he was a cop, he would have announced himself and said that they do a welfare check, right? If that guy was a cop, he would have announced it. They said, MVPD open up. But he hasn't done that. Why? Because he has no legal jurisdiction to. Because he's pretending to be a cop, which is a serious crime. Yeah, you're pretending to be a cop, so stop. He's pretending to be a cop. That man is not a real cop. So he does not have the right to break in here. Don't you dare. Because if you try to break in here, I will call the real cops. I will call the real police department to take you away and drag you away. Don't you dare knock on my door ever again. He's still knocking on my door. He's still knocking on my door. Step away from Bonnie Sue Godoy's door. You have no right to be harassing Bonnie Sue Godoy. You are not a cop. No, you are not, since you have not announced yourself. Have you announced yourself? No, you have not. you. No, I do not. Jonathan Vincent told me this already. I have a lawyer. His name is Jonathan Vincent. Call my lawyer. You guys have no right to be opening the door on me. I already sued RWJ Barnabas. RWJ Barnabas sex trafficked me. So you have no right to get me falsely committed. No, you do not. Hello? Are you at the actual North Bergen Township? I need to be transferred to the North Bergen Police Department, okay? I need to be transferred to the North Bergen Police Department right now, okay? Listen, I'm not gonna give you my address. The cops are already here. I'm not gonna give you my address, okay? So just listen to what I have to say. So there's already cops here. Somebody's trying to frame me for something. All I know is that Bonnie Sue Godoy is a sex trafficking victim, okay? So Bonnie Sue Godoy got sex trafficked by Oscar Ramirez, right? So Oscar Ramirez lives at 1602 70th Street, apartment E, right? And then Oyola, who's also as a part of the same cult as him, right? So Oyola, the guy who lives next door, apartment C, he broke into he tried to break into Bonnie Sue Godoy's house while Bonnie Sue was live streaming. Did you guys know that Bonnie Sue has an Instagram account? Now, did you guys know that Bonnie Sue Godoy was in a musical with Rachel Zegler? Now, did you know that this is a Central Intelligence Agency? Did you know that this is a Central Intelligence Agency? And we have been stalking everything that you do. I am watching you from your camera. I am watching you. Tell the cops to leave. I already gave you the address. Right now, the cops are at 1602 70th Street, apartment C. They're at 1602 70th Street right now, apartment C. Tell those guys to leave. They do not have a warrant for Bonnie Sue Godoy's arrest. Man, I'm not no police. I'm not one warrant. I need to know your address. Just censor. Dude, I already gave it to you. 1602 70th Street, apartment C. C as in cabra. C as in cabra. The apartment is C. C as in cabra. Okay, man, I hear when you're yelling in my ear, man. All right. So arrest Oyola at apartment C. So Oyola is a sex trafficker. So the address is 1602 70th Street, apartment C. Okay? C. Okay, is that where you're at? Is that your location? 7 apartment C. I'm not sending you to Bonnie Sue's location. I'm sending you to his sex trafficker's location. Oyola's the one who tried to murder him. Oyola's the one that tried to break into his house. So why are you trying to break into Bonnie Sue's house? We're the Central Intelligence Agency, so just tell me the truth. No. We're the Central Intelligence Agency, okay? So the other guy said that he was operator 13. So what operator are you? So we're the Central Intelligence Agency, and we have the legal right to ask. So what's your name? What's your name? What's your number? What's your badge number? We're the CIA, and we've been recording you this whole time. Nigger idiot. They think they could just get some random coon to like manipulate me or whatever. Like, that's how these niggers are. That's who they are, Bonnie Sue. That's how they are. Because where is it, right? Like, where is the other stream? The other stream where Bonnie Sue was recording the camera and you could see what they were doing through the camera. See, now they're being very quiet. So now Bonnie Sue, we know what we got to do. Yeah, we all can't help but notice that you fucking deleted the stream, huh? Why did you delete the stream? Why? Why? This is a CIA Instagram account. This Instagram belongs to the Central Intelligence Agency. Why did you delete the stream? Why? Why did you delete the stream? Why? 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 Like, what do you want now, nigger? What do you want now? But we just caught you doing that on camera. Dude, they literally did witchcraft to put Oscar Ramirez's tongue in Bonnie Sue's mouth. That's the part you still don't get, Mariana, is that Bonnie Sue really is that famous. Bonnie Sue is that famous and that's smart. That's why that's the rule. If they willingly open the door for you, then you can take them because they're that retarded. If Bonnie Sue is that retarded that he's just gonna fucking open the door for a bunch of stupid cops, then do it, right? To test, to see if Allah would let that happen. Only if Bonnie Sue is retarded enough to open the door for you. Only then. Did that happen? No. Bonnie Sue has been live streaming this whole time and he fucking blocked the door with his Christmas tree. That's how psychic I am, nigger. You know how psychic I am? I'm so fucking psychic that I fucking blocked my door with a Christmas tree to summon the real Jesus Christ to take you all over. You see, Breonna Taylor wasn't a Christian. If Breonna Taylor was a real Christian, she would have been psychic and she would have been hoarding her Christmas tree like Bonnie Sue. See, Bonnie Sue knew. Actually knows. Bonnie Sue knows because he never fucking died, right? Bonnie Sue never died. So he knows what? That it is his destiny to become president of the United States of America. Destiny. It is Bonnie Sue Godoy's destiny to become president of the United States of America. So he knows the law. He knows the law very well, you niggers at the North Bergen Police Department. He knows very well that if you don't have a warrant for his arrest, if he's not a danger to himself or others, then that's it. You don't have a right to break in here. Leave Bonnie Sue Godoy alone. Didn't you already do witchcraft to paralyze him all fucking day? This is your fault. This is all your fault, nigger bitch. This is all your fault. Why? Because you did witchcraft to keep Bonnie Sue paralyzed all fucking day. So he never got to go to the protest. So now we're bringing the protest to you. We are bringing the protest to you. Free Palestine, motherfucker. Free Palestine. And if we burn, you burn with us. Now end the stream. See, now when we're actually going to do something volatile and crazy, now is when we end the stream.